What's the greatest betrayal you've ever faced? My name is Jake, and this is the story of a New Year's Eve that I'll never forget, no matter how much I want to. It was 2016, and I was 27, living in a decent apartment in the city with a courtyard that had these oversized hammocks I loved to chill in. My girlfriend, Sarah, and my younger brother, Ethan, were with me, getting ready to host a party to ring in the new year. Ethan and I were tight, only a year apart. We'd grown up practically joined at the hip, sharing everything from video games to secrets. Sarah, though, was newer in my life. We'd been dating for about 6 months, and while things felt good, there were moments that made me pause, like I was missing something about her. That afternoon, we were buzzing around, prepping for the party. Ethan and I had always loved hosting. Something about good music, drinks, and friends just hit right. Sarah was on it too, helping us pick up food, and a ton of alcohol from the store. We grabbed chips, pizza, some cheap beer, and a couple bottles of whiskey for the occasion. The vibe was light, and we were laughing, joking about who'd get too drunk and embarrass themselves first. I was excited. New Year's Eve always felt like a fresh start, and I was looking forward to sharing it with the people closest to me. Once we got back to the apartment, we had some time to kill before a friend showed up. The courtyard was calling my name, so I suggested we go chill in the hammocks. There were these massive, cozy things, perfect for lounging. I figured Sarah would hop in with me, like she usually did when we hung out there. Ethan followed us out, and I was ready to sprawl out with her, maybe steal a kiss or two. But then, out of nowhere, Sarah climbed into Ethan's hammock instead. I froze, watching her settle in next to him, laughing like it was no big deal. Ethan looked a little surprised, but didn't say anything, and Sarah didn't even glance my way. It stung. I mean, Sarah barely knew Ethan. They'd only met a handful of times, and here she was cozying up to him like I wasn't even there. My stomach twisted, but I didn't want to make a scene before the party. I told myself I was overreacting, that it was just a hammock, not a big deal. Still, it gnawed at me. I decided I'd talk to her later, maybe when we were alone, and figure out what the hell that was about. For now, I brushed it off and focused on getting the apartment ready. The party kicked off around 8 p.m., and soon the place was packed with our friends. Music was blasting, drinks were flowing, and everyone was having a good time. I tried to shake off the hammock thing, throwing myself into hosting mode, refilling drinks, joking with people, keeping the energy up. Sarah seemed fine, mingling and laughing, but I noticed she was sticking close to Ethan more than usual. It was subtle, but it bugged me. Still, I didn't want to be that guy, getting jealous over nothing, so I let it go and kept drinking. By midnight, we were all pretty buzzed, cheering as the ball dropped on TV. The party started winding down after that, and by 2 a.m., most of our friends had headed out. It was just me, Sarah, and Ethan left, sprawled out in the living room with empty cups and pizza boxes. That's when I saw it. Sarah was on Ethan's lap, her arms around his neck, and they were making out like I didn't exist. The room spun harder, but not from whatever was in my system. It was rage and betrayal hitting me like a freight train. My girlfriend and my brother. My brother, the guy I'd share my whole life with. I don't even remember what I yelled, but it was something like, "Get the hell out of my apartment, both of you." My voice was shaking, and I could barely stand straight. Sarah jumped up, stammering some excuse, but I wasn't hearing it. Ethan just looked at me, his face blank, like he didn't even care. I turned around, stumbled back to my room, and passed out again. When I woke up the next morning, my head was pounding, but the fog was gone. Time I felt like this. The first night I brought Sarah to my place, a few months into dating, I passed out after a couple drinks, just like last night. I laughed it off back then. Even joked that she roofied me, but she'd gotten weirdly defensive about it. Now, it didn't feel like a joke. The way I felt last night, the dizziness, the blackout, it was too similar. I started wondering if she'd slipped something into my drink, maybe to mess around with Ethan while I was out cold. The thought made me sick. I called Sarah that morning and broke it off. Did Sarah plan it? Was Ethan in on it? I don't know, and maybe I never will.